Hi, it's Amy and a really warm welcome to today's class. Today is all about finding that time to just stop and pause for a moment. So if you've been feeling particularly anxious or stressed, then this class is absolutely for you. You won't need any equipment, just yourself. So when you're ready, I will meet you on the yoga mat. So we're going to be starting in a kneeling position, finding our heron pose, bringing length along our spine, just allowing our sit bones to rest on our heels, tops of the feet and tops of our legs just grounded on the mat. And just bringing the backs of our hands to rest on our thighs, so turning our palms to face up towards the sky, perhaps softly closing our eyes here, or just allowing our gaze just to soften as we begin to turn our attention inward. Noticing our breath for perhaps the first time today, and just simply taking note of the sensation, the gentle movement of your chest as you inhale, maybe allowing some softness in your shoulders as you exhale. And today is all about coming home to yourself. Maybe starting to allow our breath to deepen as we inhale and exhale. Maybe taking our deep cycles of breath through our nose as we inhale deep through our nose and release our breath out through our nose. 2 more. Amazing. Beginning to open our eyes a little bit here. Starting to bring our awareness back. We're going to bring our palms together, our Anjali Mudra, bringing our thumbs just to rest on our heart center. With an inhale, let's draw our breath in, filling our lungs. And let's release out through our mouth. As we inhale this time, let's guide our hands up and overhead. And exhale to return to center. This time as we inhale, let's draw our hands away from us as we round through our spine. And as we exhale, let's draw them back. Inhale to bring them forwards, rounding through our spine. And exhale, drawing them back, opening through our chest. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to center. Left hand comes to the ground beside us as our right fingertips stretch and reach up. Finding a little side stretch here. Feel free to explore, maybe bringing that hand a little further away, maybe coming down as far as the elbow, just listening to your body, taking stretches as deep or as shallow as you need. Switching sides, right fingertips ground as our left fingertips rise. Coming back to center. We're going to sweep our legs underneath now, release our feet, bringing our sit bones to the ground. We're going to, let's hand to face. We're going to bring our feet just against one another here and coming into our butterfly pose, just starting to open through our hips as our knees come out to the sides as we bring our feet together. Perhaps holding our feet in the palms of our hands. And we'll start to just bring a little bit of movement through one side, then the other. Seeing if we can keep our length along our spine. Maybe grounding through our heels. Coming back to center, bringing our knees back into that center line. We're going to bring our legs forwards, cross them, and rock onto all fours, coming into our tabletop. Wrists underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. Let's ground our tops of our feet to our mat here to begin with. Pressing through the heels of our hands, bringing our gaze just to look in that space between our thumbs. Inhale to drop our belly low. Let's move in and out of our cat-cow now. Exhale to round and tuck our tailbone in. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Open. And close. Almost imagining that we're melting away any of the stress of the day, any of the anxiety, any of the attention, any of the tension. And then coming back to center, finding stillness. We're going to step just that left foot forward. So we're going to step the left foot between our hands, coming into a low lunge here. So our belly is just on our thigh here for a moment. We're going to engage our core, press through that left foot, rise up. We're going to lift our hands up and overhead, drawing our thumbs back as we lift and lengthen. So we're really keeping some stability through that front leg, keeping everything engaged so we're not sinking anywhere here. And we have that column of energy along our spine. Bringing our palms back to center. With an inhale, we're going to turn over to the left-hand side. So we're going to bring our right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Guide our left elbow up as we find a gentle twist. Releasing and coming back up. Left hand comes down to meet the back of the left leg as our right fingertips come up and over. Coming back to center, Anjali Mudra. Hands come down to the inside of that left foot, finding our lizard shape here. Keeping our chest lifted. And then bringing our left hand just to the inside of our left knee. We're going to come out to the outer side of that left foot as we open through our hips. Our place where we can sometimes store a lot of our emotion and feeling. Guiding it back to center. We're going to heel toe it to the side before coming back, finding our tabletop once again. Moving into our tabletop to child's pose flow as we inhale. We're going to lift our chest forwards. As we exhale, we'll round through our spine but send our sit bones to our heels. Inhale to come up. And exhale to come back down. Keeping that grounding through our hands as we come up and down. finding that nice wave, that fluid motion along our spine. And with each wave and ripple, gosh, I can't get my words out today. We'll focus and imagine any lingering tightness, tension, stress, releasing from our body. Coming back to center, finding stillness back in our tabletop. We're going to step our right foot forward now into that space between our hands. Once we are there, we're going to press through that right foot to come off of our thigh and lift our hands up and overhead, finding that extension once again. Keeping everything nice and engaged. Guiding our hands back to heart center, finding our prayer pose hands. And then we're going to twist over to the right hand side. So left elbow comes to the outside of our right knee as our right elbow rises this time. Inhale to come back to center and exhale to bring right hand to the back and our left fingertips rise. Gentle twist. Cartwheeling our hands all the way back around to the inside of that right foot, finding our lizard stretch here, our lizard pose. Grounding through our hands, our fingertips pointing in the same direction as our right toes. Keeping our chest lifted, our arms engaged, our core engaged. We start to open through our hip, releasing any stored emotion. Bringing our right hand to the inside of that right knee as we guide our foot to the outer edge of that right foot, opening through our hips. Making sure we're connected to our breath, we're not holding it at all here. And guiding the knee back to center. We're going to heel toe that foot to the outer edge of our mat before bringing it underneath. We're going to guide our legs to come together. We're going to send our sit bones down towards our heels as our belly comes to our thighs. We're going to release our hands round to frame our legs as our forehead meets the ground, coming into our balasana. Maybe this is our quiet moment where we can truly check in, take a little note of how we're feeling. And the first step is always just acknowledging it. Releasing our hands first, pressing them into the ground to help us rise back up as we meet back on our heels, just as we did at the beginning. Bringing our hands back to rest on top of our thighs. Maybe starting to softly close our eyes once again as we return to our center, return to our breath, and return home to ourselves. With our eyes closed or our gaze soft, let's start to imagine and visualize a soft, warm, loving light just in the center of our chest. As sometimes like to imagine this as a warm orange or yellow. And just for this next moment, let's infuse that light with feelings we might not have felt today, particularly if it's been a busy day or a stressful day. So let's infuse it with calmness, with peace, with joy, with serenity, with gratitude. And once that light is full enough to burst, with each cycle of breath we now take, let's now allow that light to start to move throughout our whole body. Let's allow the light to start to spread and move throughout our whole body, infusing us with all of those amazing feelings, filling us with warmth, and reminding us that no matter what kind of day we've had, how much stress we feel that we're under, there is always time, and it's always worth taking that time to come home to yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste.